Here's the full tutorial and product breakdown of the look that I just did on Brooke today. She's going to a gala for New York Fashion Week and a handful of other events, and she wanted to do something very sexy. Her words, not mine. Her dress is white and gold, so I knew we were going to do a gold eye look. I used the Natasha Denona Golden palette and the Tarte Tartlet palette. It looks really crazy right now and very patchy, so you just got to have some patience. I started by deepening her crease, and I used a handful of different fluffy brushes to blend out any lines or patchiness, and then I added deep metallic gold to the center of her lid. Used a smaller eyeshadow brush to kind of blend it into the crease, and then again I went back into the crease. I had to speed this up because overall the eyes took me the majority of the time doing her makeup. I used a black Maybelline liquid eyeliner to line her lashes, and then in the very outer corner I follow the angle of her lower lash line, kind of envision a line between her lower lash and the corner of her eyebrow. Then I'm not leaving that harsh line, so I'm going over it with black and a very dark brown eyeshadow. Wing looks absolutely insane, but we're gonna come back to it after I finish her face. I used the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. Then we used the Fenty Beauty foundation, and I forgot how much I love this. I mean, Brooke already has flawless skin, but with that foundation, it just looked so airbrushed. Concealer, I used the Hourglass Vanish Concealer right under her eyes. She wanted full glam, so we also highlighted her chin, her forehead, top of her nose, and this was a very like sculpted, dramatic look. So then I went in with a cream contour. This is the Dibs Glow Tour in shade Weekdays. This is the color that I made with Dibs last fall. I used this along her jaw, her cheekbones, her forehead, and I also used it to carve out her nose, which also she has the best shaped nose I've ever seen in my life. Look at that. If I ever got a nose job, I would send them this picture of Brooke's nose. Okay, then we went over that with some bronzer from the Dibs Duo shade 2, I believe. And for blush, I used the shade Weekdays again on the other side of the contour, which is more of a soft bubblegum pink and very, very illuminating. All-time favorite setting powder is Laura Mercier Translucent. This is the talc-free one that's in the shade Peach, so it's meant to be very brightening. It just helps everything blend together, and it makes your makeup stay all day so it doesn't like smudge off or get patchy. Then anytime I use a cream product, I always set it with a powder. I added the Dibs Baked Duet Bronzer and Baked Duet Blush in the shade Pop Star. This is the shade that I use on myself almost every single day. I just love it. And I came back to the eyes to do her lower lash line, starting with a dark brown in her waterline. This eyeliner is from Hourglass. It's meant to be a waterproof one. Like me, Brooke has very sensitive eyes, so her eyes were watering during this a little bit. I used the colors from her crease to smoke out her lower lash line. Then I went back into her crease again for some final touches. I added a light ivory matte shadow to her inner corner and her brow bone, and then for her eyebrows, she said that she never ever does them. After I set them in place with brow gel, I went in and I filled them in with the ABH Brow Wiz. I sped this up so you can see, but it's just a bunch of little strokes. Fill in any sparse areas to make it look like they're little hairs. Then I set her brows again using a blonde brow gel from Anastasia. This is a new product from them. I had her curl her own lashes. I never do that on people because I'm scared I'm gonna poke their eye out. I used the Emco Beauty Lash Extend Mascara on a little spoolie. Okay, you see the spoolie? For lashes, I used single lashes from Kiss. They already have adhesive on them, so you just stick them under your lash line. I actually didn't love these. I like the Ardell ones so much better because her eyes were sensitive. The adhesive wasn't sticking super well, but after a little while, we got them and they looked great. For her lips, I wanted to go a little bit darker and more sultry. Use the Dibs No Pressure Definer in shade 2. This is the medium color. It's like a brown. And then for lipstick, I used MAC shade Mehr. M-E-H-R. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Mehr. Again, look at the spoolie. Look at that. Sanitation. That's right, you're not coming for me on this video. And I topped it with the Dibs lip gloss in the shade Soda Pop, which is like a dark brown glitter in the bottle, but when you put it on, it's just so gorgeous. Set her face with Charlotte Tilbury setting spray. And then I added some Dibs Status Stick to her collarbones. And here's her reaction.
Holy shit, Jenna.
Don't you look so good?
Oh my god.
I know.
You're lying. I don't even recognize myself.
I told you, you look like a supermodel.
Holy shit.
Not that you didn't before.
Oh, no.
But
oh.
do you like the lip?
I love everything about it.
I feel like the berry kind of made it more like...
I would never have done that on myself. Oh my god, I look like I'm wearing a filter.
You like it?
Who are you?
Here's the final. She looks so gorgeous and I had so much fun. I hope you loved it, Brooke.